What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building. You feel me? It's True Talks, cause True Talks. All right, let's get straight right into it. So you already know. I know, man's like, God damn, Banks, another hiatus. What's going on, fam? Are you supposed to be turning up? All of that type of stuff. I already know. You know what I mean? Again, like it sounds like a broken record, but life is life, and you know what I mean. August, just recently, very recently, within the last month, my son was just born. You know what I'm saying? So that's 2 under 2 now. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's for real out here. You know what I'm saying? So like, trying to find the balance. Then you still got work. You got so many things happening, but we gonna turn up this season. You know what I mean? We locked in. I just needed some time to get stuff right, but we locked in, you know what I mean? No matter what, I know that I say it, but I'm going to show with action. Don't worry, we locked in, and we're going to turn up because this season is the season, you feel me? This is the time, yo. It's not, now is the time is now. The time is now, you feel me? So let's go straight right into it. You already know, so I'm going to be talking about two things in one. I know I might separate it, we don't know, whatever. But the point is right now, we'll first talk about just we're talking about FIBA play. You know what I mean? I'm kind of a bit behind, but FIBA play and how, what the world is saying and what the fan base is saying and just the NBA hoop world is saying and just the hoop world in general is saying. You have a clash where the Noah Lyles things going off, and then you have Gilbert Arenas. You have a lot of these guys saying certain things where it's like, Noah Lyles, the comment was basically that how is the NBA champions world champions when you didn't face the world? It's just the NBA, that's just the States. Yes, there could be some people from the world, and it could be elite mans from the world in the NBA, but that's not that's not the world in terms of like, FIBA play, it's like, okay, Olympic play, it's like, okay, this team, this country, and it's the best from that country. It's an all-star team from that country, all-star team from this country, and we now hoop and we play. You know what I'm saying? That's not the NBA. The NBA is literally sporadic. You could have one international guy and bare NBA or US man's Canadian, whoever. Like, it's just a mix. And yes, you're the NBA champions, but the NBA is an NBA league. It's not the world league. Yes, you can have some people of the world in it, but it's not the world league. So that's just a disservice. I agree 1,000% because it's technicalities. That's what we talk about at the end of the day. Doesn't mean that the NBA doesn't have the best talent, et cetera, but it's not the world. So I could get both perspectives. I get from some people, it's like, dog, if we been beating the world, that means the mans in the NBA are the world champions. If we've been beating the world, we don't be losing. But there was times that y'all lost. So you had to get it back. You had to do a redeem team. And even when the redeem team did it, Kobe had to snap. If Kobe didn't snap, Spain might have won. So all of this world talk, we the best caliber player. We have the B team going out there. We don't have the A team. Like, what are y'all talking about? Are y'all living under a rock? Or y'all like, I don't know what mans is looking at. Yes, it's Steph and LeBron and Katie and all the elite men, Tatum, whoever. It should be going to work, but this is what people don't understand. It's a different game. Forget just the talent anymore. It's cap. Stop it. It's a different game. Everyone has caught up. Let's be real. Let's have a real conversation. Everyone has caught up. People are like, they haven't caught up. This cap. I don't know what y'all talking about. You could literally do NBA All-Stars, World versus US, and we could hoop, and it will be a competitive game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the world has caught up individually, just talent-wise. But let's go into a deeper context. The FIBA game is a complete different game than the NBA game. That's where some of y'all fans just be watching. Y'all don't even know what y'all watching. Y'all just be talking out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a different game. The three-point line is closer. The physicality is more. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, the spacing is less. There's no defensive three in the key. It's a mix of like college and high school with NBA because there's shot clock and stuff like that. You go lay it off the rim, a man can just slap it off the rim. Like, you better swish. You better not rattle. You better, like, it's a real cerebral, skill type of game. Because you can't get away with just skill and just running. Like, let's keep it a buck. This is what's really happening. Even if the NBA is to take the best talent, and this is why you saw this with the Redeem team, where Kobe's had to go to work. Kobe had to say, enough is enough. It was literally a clutch game down the wire. Kobe had to get that 3. I think it was an and 1 3. He had to get that 3. Like, to even give them the hump, like, get over the hump. Like, it was a clutch game with a minute left. Let's not forget that. That was 09 or whatever it was. 2010, whatever it was. 08, whatever the Redeem team was. 08 or 10. That's when that was. You get what I'm saying? So, like, And that was Kobe. We know what Kobe, God rest his soul. Kobe, him. That's Timothy. That's the skilled GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's him. Like, that's really him. He had to basically shut Spain out. He had to do reckless stuff of running into Paul Gasol. Like, he had to like literally go into a different savage level of mental game and tap into that realm that he has to normally do in the NBA season to just beat Spain. What are y'all talking about? And that was literally Redeem Team. Like, that was Redeem Team versus Dream Team. Which one is better? That was literally a real team. Like, talent. Like, the Redeem Team could even be better than this new generation of teams. Then what are we talking about? And they went to a clutch game versus Spain. And that was then where literally was only Spain. There's only certain teams that will give them run. Now every team can give every team run. We've seen Australia beat, like, the B team wasn't really a B team. It kind of was, but it wasn't really a B team when KD was there with Tatum and them. D-Book, like, come on, fam. What are we talking about? It wasn't really a B team. It was just a younger, elite team. And KD had to carry and be like, literally act like it was Brooklyn Nets. Getting double, like he had to carry like that and literally do everything when it came down the stretch to win. They lost to Australia, like to Patty Mills cooking. Like, these are role players that are in the NBA. But when they go to their place, they become this, they're them. They're just playing a role. It's not just, it's about the team makeup. It's not just about talent pulling it together. It's about the type of talent, the type of game, and will that talent mesh with the game, and do you even have the physicality? Let's keep it a bean. The Redeem Team, like Bron, that's why I said this game don't translate, and this is part of it. This was the underlying, like when Kobe and a lot of those old heads that can play in every way. Melo could play in any system. KD could play in any system. Kobe could play in any system. Wade could play in any system. LeBron can't. Certain mans can't. But for the most part, all of them could. Because they've played old school where there was no space, and they're hybrid. They've played they played in more newer school in a more cerebral type of offense, and they've also played in the old school where you have to get real bucks. So that hybrid, that's why they're the ones that are really above a slight above the older heads in terms of the Dream Team, in terms of individual talent, not collectively, but individual talent. The Melos, all of them, like, we know that it's like this. We know that. But the problem is the underlying factor of that was literally, like, we're going to that context, because I give you that context. You already know, like, Bron, and people are going to think that I hate on Bron. It's not that. It's just that the game, I'm just speaking about the game. The game seems to say that I'm hating on Bron when it's not. His game is like that. That's just the blaring critique that is obvious. And it's going to come full circle. Bron, literally, it's not a hate against Bron or anything like that. So you fans, relax yourselves. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that Bron, it's not that he has no bag. It's not a real bag, meaning like in crucial moments, is he going to go to the bag? No. So it's not a real bag. He has moments where he has a bag depending on how he's feeling, depending if he's hot. Like, his bag is really not potent where it's in guaranteed every day, every play, every possession. It's a bag work. I done had work. No. His bag is literally very limited in terms of like why he goes to it, when he goes. If there's great defense on him, can he go to a bag to get a bucket? No. He only goes to a bag when it's like he's mentally, he's confident. The mans are not even that nice that he's playing against, or he knows that like any point in time I could turn up. Like, this is not a real comp. So the bag work is there. So when he's in FIBA, if you look at it, Dwight Howard or one of the bigs, I don't know who it was, maybe Tyson Chandler, I forgot what big. It's been a long time, and I'm just going off of memory, right? I'm not reading shit. Forget that shit. We just having a World Hoop convo right now. So y'all could fact check me after. You know what I'm saying? Based off of memory, it was one of the bigs, Dwight, Boozer, one of them. Dwight, Boozer, or Bosh, one of them. Where, because Bron was in the game with Kobe and all of them, it was Kobe, Wade. Like, Wade had to be playing because he was snapping. Wade and Kobe was carrying in that Spain game, right? So they had to snap. And you have Melo, you have Bron, you have Wade, you have Kobe, you have KD, and you have actually, I don't even know if KD was there. He might not have been. Whatever. Anyways, the point was you had bare mans. And Bron would be the one that's unplayable because he literally, at that point, if you look at how he was playing, he was basically useless. Not like useless, but he wasn't the same. He was literally a complete shell. This is why LeBron is not in any like top tier USA scoring numbers. It's all Melo, it's KD, Kobe, it's them guys, because the skill translates. Where LeBron will literally have 8 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Like, he's just transition running. But in FIBA, it's a different game. You're not just running transition all the time. It's a lot of half court, and they have defensive three in the key, so the spacing is bad. You have to hit them with floaters, hit them with pull-ups. Like, it's real skill. It's more closer to the 90s than anything. So it's real skill, the physicality, the bumping, all that type of stuff. Like, you're not getting away with just flopping calls. Like, the NBA game is literally like a watered-down game, especially as it started to get to this era and started transitioning because the business, they had to transition away from fouling, clotheslining, man's like. So skill is a sellable brand when it's skill, up-tempo, high-scoring offense, all that. So, like, the physicality automatically drops. The flopping now is in play, all of that. Yes, they flop in international and stuff like that, but you're not going to get away with it. So, like, certain calls, certain design things that are happening in the NBA is culture shock when some of these mans come to FIBA. And that's the component that a lot of y'all are not understanding, or a lot of y'all are deciding to dismiss because of the names and the popularity and the skill of the high-caliber, top-tier A-team guys. But we're talking about now those guys collectively going over here. One, we don't have bigs like that in the NBA. The bigs that are elite in the NBA are international bigs. Let's keep it a buck. So this is why, like, Austin Reeves is getting abused. You have these international teams, right, that have multiple bigs, elite bigs, and those bigs aren't, they're like Jokic's. They're skilled, but they're also, and if I have a mismatch, I could take advantage. It's not like Rudy Gobert type. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't take advantage, you'll get away. I'm just a shot blocker, DeAndre Jordan. Like, no, it's real bigs. So, and not only real power forwards. So now, when you're doing this small ball, or like the 6'9", 6'7", 6'8", you have your 6'5" guy, 6'6" guy playing the three, like, and you have to switch everything. It's not the NBA where you can switch everything and you could get away with a bigger guy. Austin Reeves guarding a bigger guy because he doesn't really have a bag like that. So you can get away with it. In FIBA, no, he's going to break your chest and kill you and stick his tongue out. That's what would happen if you're keeping a buck. Like, certain things that happen in NBA will never happen in international, and that's automatically, like, you can't just talk about talent. It's past talent. Again, now back to what I was saying with Bron. This is a perfect example. Like, he is literally a shell of himself in FIBA basketball, where he's literally to the point they couldn't even play Dwight or whatever big it was. Bron had to play the center position because he's just screening, running downhill. Like, he had to change his game because he's not really just pulling up. He's not having a bag like that. And other guys are spacing out, so he has the ball. Like, he can't just run into the paint like that. So now he has to, like, set screens, pass it around, go get rebound, push in transition when he can. Like, so he's literally limited. Because he's limited, you can't have him in the game and a center in the game with already the lack of space, and niggas is running defensive three in the key. Like, there's no defensive three in the key. Man's is running zone. Man's is running zone, or even if they run man to help, like, the big don't have to move. So when you look at it from that perspective, Bron was literally only playable when he would have 4 skilled scorers and bucket getters around him, and Bron had to change his game drastically. And because of that, you could really see, okay, if this is the guy who's considered the second guy, or the second GOAT, or comparable GOAT, or might be the GOAT comparable to MJ, whatever, top 3, whatever the case is, whatever you rank him, he's already, that's what Bron has been. If he literally is a shell of himself, the guy you see in regular NBA can't be that in FIBA. That is already a slap in the face to tell y'all, what are y'all talking about these names? Some of these names that you even want to bring over here can't even be the same guy over here. So stop talking about names. Why are you talking about names for? The way they play in the NBA is not the way they play in FIBA. So stop bringing up names, fam. Like, at some point, y'all got to, like, come on now. Some names will translate. But they even had Dame with KD too. Come on now. They had a real team the last time and they almost lost. What are we talking about? Because why? The center was Bam, certain switchabilities, certain physicalities. Like, they don't play like that in NBA. So it's always like it's a disadvantage for them in FIBA. They could always at some point just get bullied. Like, they're just keeping it a bean and keeping it a buck. And then on top of that, these international teams have more skill, have shooters now. Like, they're not like back then where they lack certain things. They just had chemistry and continuity, but they were literally like, the mans can't just create. Like, if man's locking and strap up, if Kobe just says, I'm a guard Navarro, I'm going to lock him up. He's trying to do these moves. Like, he's not just doing these moves into a step back 3. Sometimes he can, but it's not like it's potent. He's not just pulling from deep. Like, now you have Bogdanovic. You have all these type of guys. Serbia is able to get number 2 to get silver with no Jokic. No Jokic. You just want a ring. They're able to get silver. Like, are y'all not tapped in. Y'all are not paying attention to what's happening. For the States, mans, and mans in the U.S. to literally have this kind of energy about, like, oh, the world, like, if we put our A team as light work, we're gonna, like, y'all are not understanding the game. That is far from the truth. Maybe y'all trying to go viral or just have a clickbait. I don't know what it is, but if we keeping it a bean and it's just a Paris conversation, a hoop conversation, there's no way y'all elite mans could think like that when y'all hoop every day. Y'all know the difference. Y'all are just lying. It's blatant. Because like, it's just a defense mechanism. Because it's like, dog, they're coming for us. We have all the talent. We're them. Yes. But now when we have to put a team together and play, it's different. The rules is different. Can y'all really hoop anywhere? Some of y'all can only hoop and be elite in the NBA. Y'all can't hoop anywhere. Let's keep it a buck. So some of these new era mans, they can't do that. This is why I said the underlying factor was with Bron. That when Bron created that whole, I'm okay to play in my style one way. It's okay if I have Westbrook with me. Westbrook should be the point guard, and I have skill. I should be the one spot him because I'm a better shooter. I should be playing more off the ball because I have that off the ball skills better than Westbrook. Westbrook is not the same with off the ball, so the game is telling you have to play off the ball. He's still making Westbrook play off the ball. That's selfishness. He's still doing that, making Rondo as a stream point guard playing off the ball when he's not even a shooter like that. When you're killing certain man's games because you want to play one way, now when you get thrown into international, you don't know how to play anything else. So you literally become like that LeBron name that y'all are saying I'm going to play next year. Like, that don't mean nothing. They're laughing. The other man's like, bring LeBron here, I dare you. That's what they're saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? That I'm trying to speak. I'm speaking to some souls out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell y'all something. I don't have no stats in front of me. It's just me recording, yo. My eyes see. My eyes work. I do this. This is real hoop. This is hoop talk. Man's hoop. So I see what I see. It's hoop. This is what it is. Certain mans can play in certain runs, but they can't play in the game. Like, this is the same type of thing. It's just at another level. So a lot of these NBA mans are used to one way of physicality, one way of hooping. They've catered their game to one way and become an elite at that game in the NBA. That now it's become the NBA game and the FIBA game is becoming this much drastic in difference. Before it was at least here. Just physicality, like it was here. Even if it's here, it's here. And even if it's here, the guys that are hooping, like I said, Kobe and them, have played in all facets and they're so skilled and physicality. They played with physicality, so when now new physicality comes, it's not like, oh, what am I doing? They could adjust to it. It just takes one quarter. We could overcome that. You have a new crop of guys that have never, their whole life is non-physicality because they're used to the NBA game. That's all they know, this new era version. So now you bring them into FIBA, it's like, wow, damn, that was a moving screen. They didn't call that shit? Oh, I went for contact layup. They didn't call that? Like, man says, you can see man's getting frustrated. And mans are just punking you. Physically, like you never had to deal with a man just imposing his physical strength on you and getting the layup. Even if it's grounded, he's stronger than you. He moved you out the way and got a layup. Put his tongue out on Austin Reeves. That don't happen in the NBA because mans don't even, when they have strength, they're not even like, their souls have to be skilled. They don't even know how to abuse a mismatch off strength and do a proper drop step cleanly and shield you that I can make a layup no matter how slow I jump. This is Z-Bo. This is Z-Bo talks. Z-Bo don't be getting blocked all the time. That strength, that girth, pause, the strength. Moving man's out the way. That was wild. Moving man's out the way. The strength to just bully. And then, like, because you're on my shoulder, there's no way you could get this ball blocked. And one. I don't even need to jump high. It's just angles. Strength. Now I have an easy layup. The most easy layup of all time you can't, and that's now an and one. Flex on you. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That type of energy, that type of IQ, that type of just fundamental, that's what that is. The NBA mans of this crop don't have that, never played with that, don't see it every day. They could get away with so. That's why Boston be frustrated, mans, because there's so many like principled, fundamental things they don't do. And a lot of guys don't do. This is why Jokic is always guaranteed to be, because he has fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's not even, and the guys who have fundamentals, they're international mans. Canada now is a new day for them. Cooking. Look at Shea. Look at like what's going on here. Elite mans are all over the place. Germany. Some of these teams will only have 5 NBA guys. And some of y'all won't even know who the NBA guys are. They're nice, but when they now can play on they're going to be, like, some of these guys are stars waiting to be born, but they can't be stars because of situation, because of politics, because of this, that, and the third. And because their skill set is so elite, they have to sacrifice because this one guy, Giannis, could only run downhill. So, no, this guy, LeBron, could only do this. So, Schroeder has to play off the ball when literally you just seen him run point guard, average 19 and 6. in the clutch doing step, controlling the pace, playing a real point guard position to win the ring in FIBA. Schroeder. So some of y'all be like, what? Schroeder's your best player? The Schroeder you know in the NBA is not the Schroeder that's killing with Germany, fam. That's Atlanta Schroeder. The more seasoned, more veteran with a ring. Like, it's different composure, different confidence, different, like, I'm him still. I've always been him. I've just been sacrificing. Y'all don't understand that. A lot of these guys that are in the NBA, that's why I say the NBA is beautiful now at a point in terms of skill, because a lot of, Franz Wagner, all these type of like, these guys are nice. And if they go in their own place where I'm featured, they really will compete with the Tatums. Like, they're nice. They're not no scrubs. Yes, certain guys are different because, but there's still politics behind it. Like, y'all gonna understand the game. Anyways, the point is that I'm trying to make, the world has caught up. The NBA is drastically getting exposed in FIBA for them to, like, this team was not even a bad team to not get no medal. Let's keep it a bean, because that's what's also getting unsaid. There's a lot of things they just couldn't overcome because of what they lack and what they're not used to. And it's a culture shock. And guys have been doing what you're culture shocked at in this one moment. They've been doing it their whole life. So you had an extreme disadvantage. Your skill, really, you better not miss a shot. That's why their best game going into the clutch was versus Canada, because Canada is not imposing the physicality like that. It's now literally skill versus skill. But our skill is equivalent to yours because it's B team. Like, we're equivalent. And we could pad you. And now I could get away with, I could hand check a 1-2 here and there. And they won't call it. I could force you to literally go away from the screen and they won't call it. I have certain things, certain luxuries that I could do to defend you. It's not literally defense is at my mercy. No, I could do some things too. I could dictate some things too, and you better counter. Instead of I have free range and the defense is just countering the whole time. No, I could force some things. Force him left, and I could push you, and I'm forcing you that way, and my forearm's here, and you can't move it. Or if you try to move it, it's here though. It's not a foul. No. Find a way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, stuff like that is happening in the NBA, so in FIBA. So, like, when you look at it from that perspective, like, I love what I'm seeing. I love that USA got waxed like that. Well, not waxed, but I love that they lost. I love how Canada's rise, and that's without Wiggins. Wiggins, you're ducking smoke. We have some answers. That's a different question. Like, a more different topic. But a lot of shit is out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stuff is out there in terms of just the fact that it's FIBA. So, like, a lot of mans is, like, there's a lot of things that's getting exposed. I'm not even going through it all. And I didn't even watch all of these games from beginning to end because of the timing and a lot of stuff. And, just, like I said, my son just born just now. So, hella pinch, mans is there. So, you know what I mean? And my daughter pinch. So, it's like, But, dog, without being fully locked in, I already knew this was the direction before this was the direction. Like I told people, Bron enabled a play style that everybody in the NBA is coming in. A lot of these Lukas, a lot of these Hardens, they're literally not being multifaceted. Some guys still are. Don't get it twisted. The Levine, the D-Book, the Paul George, the Kawhi, the KD, the Kyrie, they can play with anybody, with whoever. And it is a Bradley Beal. You're gonna see that shit with the Suns now. They're gonna be able to. They thought Bradley Beal can't be a point guard. He can. They thought D-Book he can. Yo, he just wasn't. But he was at the same time, and y'all just weren't paying attention. But anyways, the point is, multifaceted guys still exist. But there's still a wave of a lot of the Giannis's, the Zions, the LeBrons, the Lukas, the James Hardens, where it's literally my way or the highway. I play one style. Embiid as well too. I play one style, and I am elite in this one style. And if I have to play outside this style, I might be a shell of myself. So you better sacrifice and let me still be me, regardless of who's on the team. Because I'm going to look fugazi if I have to now. If Giannis had to play in the corner and be like a real power forward and space out and space the floor like Tatum does, like KD does, like all of them do, and let Brook Lopez go to the post and go to work, Brook Lopez will eat. The team will eat more. But Drew Holiday will eat more. Middleton will eat more, but Giannis will look fugazi. So So they have to snap in this way. Giannis has to run downhill. Lopez has to not get rebounds, spot up, and not even be near the damn paint. So Giannis can have the whole paint and drive and kick and run downhill to maximize the regularity of potency in terms of downhill, drive, kick, threes and twos, analytic basketball. But in playoffs, why does it get exposed? Exactly. So that's my point. My point is, it's been for years in this new era, Dog, this is not basketball. Real basketball is just playing whatever is available. If I have to spot up right now and he's going to work, I'll spot up. Adjust my game. If this is what is on the roster and Westbrook can't shoot for shit, he can't be in the corner. Give him the ball and let him be himself, and I'll spot up because I could shoot. Even if I only average 18 and I'm not averaging 25 like I've been, or 27, Bron, it's okay though. But I want the Kareem stuff. I want the, come on, fam. It's me we talking about. So I'm going to sacrifice the playoffs. I'm going to sacrifice a lot of things because this team is actually an elite team with Melo and all of them. They were an elite team on paper. But they're not being used properly because it's one-trick pony. But look at it. Now once he got the Kareem and all that type of stuff, and now you have Austin Reeves and he was injured and they're cooking. Now when he came back, doesn't he play more off the ball? Don't you see D'Angelo ball handling more? Don't you see Reeves ball handling more? Did you see Schroeder ball handling more? You know what I'm saying? Like, AD going to work more. Like, you see, so it's like, oh, so Bron, you actually had the ability to play off the ball this whole time? Yeah, you did. But you didn't want to, like, come on. That's a different discussion. But the point is, like I said, the point is that it's skill. It's skill. It's different games. The point is, mans were literally in that one-dimensional play style. So now when they have to translate and go to FIBA, there's a lot of culture shock out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that. So now mans already are advancing in the world, and now it's even going to be reckless even more because look at it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, I want people to understand, like, this is what it is. We're going to do a video talking about Dennis Schroeder, Raptors, all that type of stuff. Like, and we have to have some real questions and answers and have a real conversation about this because look how Dennis Schroeder is looking. I better not see, like, man's better understand now. When now I really come and tell you that they're sussing by Bryce Pascal having a rock right now, and we just seen Schroeder get a ring in international versus elite competition, being the main point guard and get MVP. There's no excuse that he shouldn't be your point guard coming down the hill every play and having the rock. He deserved the right. So if I don't see that shit, like, come on now, yo, we gonna have some real conversations. We gonna talk about Canada as well too. So we know what I mean. That's the next video. But for now, you know what I'm saying? It's True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Like, we have to keep it a beam. We have to keep it a buck. Like, honestly, like, the NBA is sadly mistaken with the way their physicality and the way the game is just softer over there. Like, it's a different game. It's so analytical. It's so up-tempo. It's so fast-paced. It's so just shoot threes, twos. Like, it's so washed in terms of that. The skill is the best it's ever been, yes, but the product and the actual, like, thinking aspect. All right. The threes aren't working. The analytic ain't working. Let me go to the mid. Let me go to the mid range. Let me go to the post. The adversity adjustments aren't happening on real time. It's literally this or that. And if the second one doesn't work or the third one doesn't work, it's done. We just gonna lose the series. There's no next adjust. There's always a way. Like, that's how it used to be. It's multiple. It's like, oh, that happened. Okay, cut that out. Okay, we double shack. Okay, we did that. It's just bare things happening every time. That's how the game used to be, which is why you get closer. You get literally better defense. You get closer games. You know, even though it's under 100, like, you get it's more. The intensity feels there because it's literally like man's just trying. Like, it's like they're trying to kill you and you're trying to not be dead. And so that's what's happening now. And it's like it's real war. Where now it's not like, it's like, this is what I've been doing all regular season. If I can't do it now, I might just get beat. There's no, like, fight back. Because everyone's used to one way, and that's it. Not everyone, but some guys. So, anyways, the point is, you know, the world is caught up, and the game is completely drastic different, that the NBA guys are far removed from the way the game is in FIBA than they've ever been far removed. It's already been a different game. But now they're more far removed than ever because of how they play in the NBA. And it's just natural. So, like, y'all can't just bring elite talent and come here and just be whooping ass. No way. Even the A team, we seen it. Like I said, Redeem Team had to struggle to beat Spain. And that was then. We seen KD, Dame, Tatum. We seen elite guys. D-Book. This is elite guys. That was basically A team. Don't get it twisted. Stop. They might have been missing a 1-2 Steph Curry, Bron, and a 1-2 guys. But for the most part, it was literally an A team. It was an A team, fam. Don't disrespect the guys that was on the team. It was an A team. Like, they are them. Mans that won the ring literally are coming over there. Middleton, like D-Book, like they're coming. Like, come on, fam. and they struggled. It had to be KD or die. It had to be. Why is that? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand. We have to understand some things, and we have to like just be aware. Just be aware and stop just spitting out nonsense. I'm glad that y'all do that because I'm here to clear that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So it's true talks. It's true talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? Again, spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You feel me? Again, you already know. Like I said, share, like, and subscribe. Spread the word. You know what it is, man. Like obviously, it's ramping up. I know that has been hiatus and it's been inconsistent. I understand. I'm not mad at y'all. I haven't been putting in work that the way I should be because things is happening. But the balance is coming. So it's going, it's going, lot of things going to change, fam. A lot of things going to change. We're going to be locked in. We're going to get back to how we was pre-bubble. You know what I'm saying? And where a lot of content 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 3 days, like just often. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's often. So we're going to be doing that breakdowns too as well too. Just a lot of talking. Just a lot of content. Just more regularity, more consistency. I haven't been hooping. I'm very aware in terms of like I haven't been snapping. So I don't blame y'all, you know what I mean, for not spreading the word like you should be. You know what I'm saying? But all that shit gonna change, you know what I'm saying? My fault. But we here now. We here now. You already know. Like I said, click that notification button so you know when I'm here. Cause I'm here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Again, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Cause maybe I'm tripping. I don't, like I said, I know that I'm Himothy. I know that I understand the game. I'm man's hoop and for real. But at the end of the day, maybe I'm just in my own world and maybe it's not like mans don't see it that way or maybe it's cat. I don't know. I know what I know, but you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm outnumbered. I like to know, or maybe when men say things, maybe y'all could educate me. Y'all let me know. I don't think that's gonna happen, but you know what I mean? Let we could have that conversation. I don't duck no smoke. No smoke around here be ducked. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, we ready. Let's go. Let's go. It's time. You feel me? You already know. Again, we here though. And I'm out, man.